The devil hast thou to do with the time of the day, unless hours were cups of sack, and minutes catements, and clocks the tongues of bawds, and dials the signs of leaping houses, and the blessed sun himself, a fair, hot wench in flame-colored taffeta. I see no reason why that house should be so superfluous to demand the time of the day.
Indeed, you come near me, Hal, for we that take purses go by the moon, and the 7 stars, not by Phoebus, he that wandering knight so fair. And I prithee, sweet wag, when thou art king, as God save thy grace, majesty, I should say, for grace thou wilt have none.
What, none?
No, by my troth, not so much as will serve to prologue to an egg and butter.
Well, how then, come roundly, roundly.
Marry then, sweet wag, when thou art king, let not us that are squires of the night's body be called thieves of the day's beauty. Let us be Diana's foresters, gentlemen of the shade, minions of the moon. And let men say we be men of good government, being governed, as the sea is, by our noble and chaste mistress, the moon, under whose countenance we esteem.
Thou sayest well, and it holds well too. For the fortune of us that are the moon's men doth ebb and flow like the sea, being governed as the sea is by the moon. As for proof now, a purse of gold most resolutely snatched on Monday night, and most dissolutely spent on Tuesday morning. God was swearing, lay by, and spent, crying, bring in. Now in as low an head as a foot of the ladder, and by, in as high a flow as a ridge of the gallows.
By the Lord, thou sayest true, lad, and is not my hostess of the tavern a most sweet wench?
Oh, as a honey pibla, my old lad of the castle, and is not a buff jerkin a most sweet robe of durance?
No, madwag, what, in thy quips and thy quiddities, what plague have I to do with a buff jerkin?
Why, what a pox have I to do with my hostess of the tavern?
Thou hast called her to a reckoning many time and oft.
Did I ever call for thee to take thy part?
Oh, I'll give you that. Thou hast paid all there.
Yea, and elsewhere, so far as my coin could stretch, and where it would not, I have used my credit.
Yea, so use it that were it not here apparent that thou art heir apparent. But, I prithee, sweet wag, shall there be gallows standing in England when thou art king? And resolution thus fought as it is with the rusty curb of old Father Antic the law? Do not thou, when thou art king, hang a thief.
No, thou shalt.
Oh, shall I? Oh, rare! By the Lord, I'll be a brave judge.
Thou judgest faults already. I mean, thou shalt have the hanging of the thieves, and so become a rare hangman.
Well, Hal, well, and in some sort it jumps with my humor as well as waiting in the court, I can tell you. An old lord of the council rated me the other day in the street about you, sir. But I marked him not. And yet he talked very wisely. But I regarded him not. And yet he talked wisely, and in the street, too.
That is well, for wisdom cries out in the street, and no man regards it.
Oh, thou hast damnable iteration, and art indeed able to corrupt the same. Thou hast done much harm upon me, Hal. God forgive thee for it. Before I knew thee, Hal, I was nothing, and now am I, if a man should speak truly, little better than one of the wicked. I must give over this life, and I will give it over by the Lord, and I do not, I'm a villain. I'll be damned for never a king's son in Christendom.
Where shall we take a purse tomorrow?
Where thou wilt, I'll make one, and I do not call me a villain and baffle me.
I see a good amendment of life in thee, from praying to purse taking.
Hal, 'tis my vocation, Hal. 'Tis no sin for a man to labor in his vocation. Ah, Poins! Now shall we know if Gadshill have sent a match.
Good morrow, then.
Good morrow, sweet Hal. What says Monsieur Remorse? What says Sir John Sack and Sugar? How agrees the devil, Jack, how agrees the devil in thee about thy soul, that thou soldest him on Good Friday last for a cup of Madeira and a cold capon's leg?
Sir John stands to his word, the devil shall have his bargain, for he was never yet a breaker of proverbs. He will give the devil his due.
What, my lads, tomorrow morning by 4 o'clock early at Gadshill, there are pilgrims going to Canterbury with rich offerings, and traders riding to London with fat purses. I have visitors for you all. You have horses for yourselves. Gadshill lies tonight in Rochester. I have bespoke supper tomorrow night in Eastcheap. We may do it as secure as sleep. If you will go, I will stuff your purses full of crowns. If you will not, tarry at home and be hanged.
You idiot, but if I tarry at home and go not, I'll hang you for going.
You will, Chops?
Hal, wilt thou make one?
Who? I rob? I a thief? Not I, by my faith.
There's neither honesty, manhood, nor good fellowship in thee. Nor thou camest not of blood royal if thou darest not stand for 10 shillings.
Well then, once in my days I'll be a madcap.
Why, that's well said.
Well, come what will, I'll tarry alone.
The Lord, I'll be traitor then when thou art king.
I care not.
Sir John, I prithee, leave the prince and me alone. I will lay him down such reasons for this adventure that he shall go.
God give thee the spirit of persuasion, and him the ears of profiting, that what thou speakest may move, and what he hears may be believed, that the true prince may, for recreation's sake, prove a false thief, for the poor abuses of time want countenance. Farewell, we shall find you in Eastcheap.
Farewell, thou latter spring. Farewell, all howling summer.
Now, my good sweet honey lord, ride with us tomorrow. I have a jest to execute that I cannot manage alone. Falstaff, Bartle, Pato, and Gadshill shall rob those men that we have already waylaid. Yourself and I will not be there. And when they have the booty, if you and I do not rob them, cut this head off from my shoulders.
Well, how shall we part with them in setting forth?
Why, we will set forth before or after them, and appoint them a place of meeting, wherein it is our pleasure to fail. And then will they adventure upon the exploit themselves, which they shall have no sooner achieved, but will set upon them.
Yes, but 'tis likely that they will know us by our horses, by our habits, and by every other appointment to be ourselves.
Our horses they shall not see. I'll tie them in the wood. Our vizards we will change after we leave them. And, sirrah, I have cases of buckram for the knots to emask our rooted outward garments.
But I doubt it will be too hard for us.
Well, for 2 of them, I know them to be as true-bred cowards as ever turned back. And for the third, well, if he bite longer than he sees reason, I'll forswear arms. The virtue of this jest will be the incomprehensible lies that this same fat rogue will tell us when we meet at supper. How 30 at least he fought with, what wards, what woes, what extremities he endured. And in the reproof of that lies the jest.
Well, I'll go with thee. Provide us all the things necessary and meet me tomorrow night in Eastcheap. There I'll sup.